Hey people, into tier 3v3 faction war. This is Katla Purification Plant and Space Marines versus Eldar. For the blue Space Marine team, double check your orders. Is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Alongside, Katla is a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. We have the Imperial Fists elite scheme. And rounding off this blue team then, Taneli is an Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Red Eldar, Lucidic with a Farseer, a support hero that fights in melee combat, some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. So he's probably gonna throw guide on those Dire Avengers in a second. There we go, so they can shoot the scouts. Alongside is Kickin with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And rounding off the teams, Mustafa 007 with a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat by default, great at capping and harassing, some powerful control abilities. Looks like a bit of a standoff on the east side, but we might see a 2v2 fight break out on the west. Looks like we're going to. All three Eldar players with some Howling Banshees. Apothecary getting a bit close there. Force Commander decaps the VP that the Farseer took with the fleet. Warlock getting straight in there. Banshee's not really close enough to capitalize on that knockdown, but he's drawing a lot of fire here, allowing the rest of the Eldar to close the distance. Special attack from the Farseer misses. Apothecary's getting quite low, and our Howling Banshees are ripping him apart. Shotgun, well, might have saved him if there weren't more Banshees on retreat path. Down goes the Apothecary then. Those were Katla's shotgun scouts. But we do have more shotguns for Taneli, and there's their blast. Frantic opening. Looks like the Space Marines are going to hold though. Dire Avengers do have a grenade to throw, but they're dropping models. More Dire Avengers join the fight. Here come more Tactical Marines though from Double Check Your Orders. The Tech Marines over here. Retreating Farseer. Apothecary should easily get revived there by the Force Commander. And they did well early on. Space Marines there. Warp Spider creeps up the east side. Banshees go for the decap on the VP. What is this? Oh, scouts. I think those were Double Check Your Orders scouts, got a decap on their own VP too. Both the naturals swapping hands, or at least getting decapped, I guess. Energy shield up on the west side. Devastators for both Double Check Your Orders and Katla. Those heavy bolters will help against that kind of advance. Suppress all those Banshees. Maybe the Warlock will think twice about jumping on the things too. What is Tactical Marines so spread out for? Banshees want to chop them up. They're going for the aspect of fleetness. Warlock comes in and knocks one of them over, and they flee. And they should though. Those power weapons will rip them apart from the Banshees. Actually got a full cap there. The Banshees of Mustafa 007, and on the west side, grenade did a little bit of work. Shotgun blast though for the Banshees. And it's double shotgun scouts for Taneli. Another shotgun blast, although they didn't seem to get suppressed by it. Maybe, I don't think the Banshees were targeted. That's why the Banshees that were already retreating were the ones that were targeted. They were just knocked down. Apothecary almost goes down again. Tries to finish him off with the Destructor. He gets very low, down to 5 hit points, but does get away. Eldar take back the west side. What is this? In the middle. Scout trying to retake this contested power. Being messed up by the Warp Spider Exarch. Already got improved targeters. Makes his ranged weapon just better. And heavy gauge Death Spinner to mess up, most likely, enemy heroes. But you can use it on squads to mess up one of their models. By mess up, I mean stun. Yeah, I think that tooltip is wrong. I don't think it knocks back anymore. 468 to 475. Grenades all around for these Dire Avengers that I can see. It's the Space Marines that have to push here. Eldar have the VP. Infiltrated Howling Banshees thanks to the webway. And a big Spirit Stone's heal went off as well, you might have seen. It's a good grenade. Takes out 3 scouts. Knocked over one of the Banshees, but she'll be okay. And they can try to get in around the Devastators. It is quite wide on this west side. Can be difficult for a single setup team to lock it down with their firing arc. Another decap on the VP there. Assault Marines up though for Taneli and Double Check Your Orders. Just saw Taneli's Assault Marines get frightened off. Does that mean we have Purification rights, we don't. There's a Assault Marine just idle for now. Grenade takes out one of the Devastator models. There's a jump. These guys can disrupt by jumping on stuff. Have 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor, so they're pretty tough, especially in tier 1. Power weapons can see to that though. Rangers here from Kickin, being all sneaky like. Long range snap unit that can support with infiltration. Scouts getting very close to the action with their shotguns. Dropping only one model, I think. Yeah, Devastators have locked this down now. Assault Marines coming in from Taneli. Eldar kind of got drawn into that, didn't they? They didn't need to push up this far. Once the decap happened, they could have backed off and tried to stabilize the west a bit more. Kind of got drawn into a brawl. Tier 2 for Kickin and Lucidic. Maybe we'll see some Wraith Lords. Assault Marines go for a decap, which is very brave of them, since there's double Dire Avengers with grenades and Banshees right here. Yeah, that was ill-advised decap attempt. Just lost some health for nothing, basically. 343 to 473. Space Marines have the west side back with a 2-1. A little bit of VPs to make up, though. This is the Farseers, where yep, so it can infiltrate units. Banshees with the aspect of strength for Lucidic. Fleetness for Kickin and strength for Mustafa. Looks like the Space Marines will hold that VP into tier 2 then. Scouts in a bad place. I think Double Check Your Orders has forgotten about these guys. They were going for the VP, the power, sorry, I think. Gonna lose them, and those guys had a sergeant. Not sure what they were looking at. Probably these Devastators that were in trouble, I suppose. More Devastators though. Warlock gets the leap onto the Tactical Marines, now trying to break firing arc to get in behind the Devastators. There we go. Went a bit too far, but Kickin can't see the firing arc like we can. And now they're being tied up. Warlock is quite low though. Doesn't have any war gear, I don't think. Going for the Witchblade of Kurnus though, a power weapon with an awesome disruption ability called the Ethereal Slash. For anything that gets close. Like assault squads, for example. Double Check Your Orders did not replace the Scouts, so I wonder if they will in tier 2. Customized Stormbolter for Taneli's Apothecary, much like the heavy gauge Death Spinner. Can be used to shut down an enemy hero by stunning it. They got the VP back, but I'm not going to be able to hold it. They really are being quite aggressive going after that VP, which is forcing them off the field here and there. Merciless strike for the Banshees. Grenades on the Devastators. Beautifully done. The first grenade knocked them into the second one. Nice wipe there from Mustafa. Warp Spider levels up to 2. And there's the heavy gauge Death Spinner. Stunning that Tactical Marine model. Should have used it on the Techmarine perhaps to stop the most VP. To stop the most DPS, sorry. Bionics up there. We have Dark Reapers for Lucidic. Bad news for the heavy infantry armor of the Marines. Got shotgun blasted. Another shotgun blast for the Banshees. They do have their Exarch who gets that fancy heavy melee spear, but they're a bit too low there. The Assault Squad do drop a model, but they jump again. Could have jumped into a grenade situation. Dark Reapers doing their thing as well. Pumping out some serious plasma damage. They weren't behind cover though. Looks like the Eldar are going to retake the west side then, although here comes a Force Commander with a Thunderhammer. Also got that teleporter pack, so you can get right onto those the Dark Reapers now. Or just a big blob of Dire Avengers and stuff like this. Whirlwind is Taneli's. Double Check Your Orders down to 2 units. To that right side, the east side there might collapse, and they might lose that power. I think that's what Mustafa needs to do. Be very aggressive, go after that power, lock it down if you can. Get it decapped and stuff. 329 to 435. There's that big spiritual rights heal from Lucidic. Awesome ability. Stoneguard veterans up here for Katla, using their Hellfire rounds to do damage over time to this Eldar stuff. Big disruption from that Thunderhammer, and that's what it's all about. They've actually nerfed the damage of the special attack a bit, I think. But it still does its main job, which is send entire armies flailing around. Was able to get rid of the force commander there though. Whirlwind frustrating the Eldar, they can't cap that. We've got Tactical Marines with a Sergeant. Assault Squad kind of just running into Dark Creeper fire there, but they do get a heal from the Apothecary. Meanwhile, is Mustafa able to get onto the power? They're not. They're fighting a Razorback now to slow them down, as you may expect. But Fire Dragons pop up now for Mustafa. Anti-everything unit from close range. Mostly used to hunt down vehicles though. 329 to 435. Did the Banshees get a decap? They didn't. They're trying to bash the contested power. So without their spear, they're not a huge threat to the Razorback, but if they get on rear armor for extended periods, they could wear it down. Whirlwind continues to be annoying for these guys. We have a Falcon though. It can just run up on it and shoot it up, I suppose, although it does have that hunter-killer missile, which would take a dent out of the Falcon. And here we go, they're on the power. Well done, Mustafa. Fire Dragons, pretty great for this as well. They can actually get a Flamer now. I don't know why though. Why would you get the Flamer? They take care of power really fast as it is. And it's a bit niche to get a Flamer for units in cover or something. I think it's the Exarch that can swap to the Flamer. Devastators are facing the wrong direction. These guys are facing the right way though. Big fight on this west side here. 329 to 423. Single cap for the Space Marines. Eldar are getting a natural back. I see, yep, another power bash from Mustafa. Just swept across the map and got the other one. Dark Creepers chewing through the Stone Guard, but then they eat a plasma cannon shot. Falcon also allowing the Eldar nearby to reinforce, of course. Has some decent firepower for a transport. Force Commander doing his thing, but he is slightly isolated again. 1-to-1 cap. It just stopped, says Taneli. Oh, he might have been talking about the Whirlwind that got taken out by this stuff. 329 to 416. The Fire Dragon's got it, I think. That could do some friendly fire. Nope. This hits terrain. Needs to be very careful here. Mustafa did some great work. Doesn't want to get caught in a pincer like this. The Howling Banshees are still fighting. So is the Autarch. They're both now retreated. Autarch with her spear. Support sub-commander for Eldar. Great at jumping around, tying things up. Really good foot speed, and also provides a passive damage resistance buff to ranged attacks. Or is it just the general damage resistance? I think it's only to ranged attacks. Rangers having to flee. There's a jump, and they are following up here. Falcon allowing all of this stuff to reinforce though. They don't really have anything to go after the Falcon, do they? Oh, they do. They do. They have a missile launcher now on the Tactical Marines. Got a bit too close, a bit too quickly there, Taneli, but I'm not sure what they could have done against two players anyway. Those Fire Dragons that you see are Lucidics. We have the Gravity Blade. There's that Levitation Field. And the Witchblade of Kernus in there with the Ethereal Slash. Eldar looking strong. The Warp Throw is also there. And they're going to push through onto the VP. Looks like they want to. Devastator's getting wrecked and go down. And the Force Commander is going to go down. Set up by the Warlock leap there. Fire Dragons are chasing. That's cracked shots from the Warp Spider's global bar on those Fire Dragons. They gave up the chase though. Oh, because they know there's Devastators there. VP's getting decapped. Power being bashed again. The Assault Marines had enough of this bashing and jump on them. But that was a warp throw. Didn't get to see it throw them because they retreated. They need to be careful here, Eldar. It's a big push. They've done well. But don't get caught out by, you know, plasma cannon shots and stuff and lose a bunch of units. Fire Dragons on the Razorback again, but it's driven far enough away, I think. Assault Squad. Wow, he jumped while he was dying, that guy. Grenade. Well dodged by Katla. 279 to 416. Big hit from the plasma cannon there on the Falcon. This Falcon's been awesome for Kickin. Has the energy field queued up for tier 3. Makes it even more difficult to deal with. Already in tier 3 are Lucidic, Mustafa and Taneli. I wonder if Taneli is saving for a Land Raider. It's going to take a little while. And it takes like over a minute to produce as well. A lot can happen in a minute in Dawn of War 2. Kickin's in tier 3. Energy field on the way. Lots of resources for Mustafa. Looks like they're saving for an avatar. You have a Melter Gun Techmarine to help dent the Falcon. Still with the Bionics though. I think Signum is just really strong in 3v3s. Because you're potentially amplifying the damage of, 3 armies on a thing. Can really shred troublesome units like Falcons. Or help you to do so. Energy field is up there. They've got that contested power built up. They've tons of power income now, the Eldar. If you have a look here, plus 67 per minute compared to 37 for the Space Marines. So they're getting more than 1 a second, the Eldar. 215 to 416. 2-to-1 cap for the Eldar still. Avatar of Cain is indeed on the way for Mustafa. And Fire Prism for the other 2 players. Taneli goes for some more infantry. Triple Devastators for double check your orders. They really have got in the face of the Space Marine players quite a lot. They found ways in behind them. Stone Guard only dropped 1 model there. Maybe slightly lucky to do so. Level 4 Warlock. What else do we have? Level 4 Farseer now has Rune Armor. Apothecary goes down. Banshees are causing havoc in the back lines. Chopping up some Assault Marines as well. 186 to 416. Space Marines finding it tough to find their footing here. Double check your orders now has recovered, kind of, but gonna have an avatar to deal with soon. It's on its way up here. And Mustafa should be ruthless here. Just get straight back onto this power, I say. We've got the Fire Dragons there to bash it really fast. Meanwhile, Eldar are pushing on to the natural VP again. 4 squanders down. Warlock levels to 6. He was 4. Like 45 seconds ago, I feel like. Devastators here are going to wipe. Double check your orders. Struggling to deal with all of his own units here. Katla's down to just 2. And here's the Avatar. Eats a Melter Bomb. There's the Wailing Doom. Didn't quite hit the Razorback. But Eldar continue to look strong. They're now taking back the Eastern power again. Couldn't quite get onto the VP there. But they did some damage. Aha! Here we see Fire Dragons with a Flamer. Is it free to switch? Because otherwise, like, I don't... Why? You can bash the power just fine, guys. Maybe it's really good at bashing power. I'm pretty sure it's like the exact same stats as a Tactical Marine Flamer, I think. 132 to 416. Another Avatar of Cain on the way, thanks to Kickin. It's a cool looking Flamer. Look at that. It's like permanently on fire. Terminator's on the field now for Taneli. Might be too little too late though. And we do have Dark Creepers buffed by a Farseer. Look at that! Holy crap! Insane range thanks to Guide. Oh, more Terminators for Katla. Going for the heavy Flamer. But there's such a variety of threats now that they have to deal with. Avatar charging up the east side is taking a lot of damage. But now has a whole bunch of support and does provide awesome passive bonuses to nearby allied infantry. Not to mention being a combat beast himself. Might just chase the Razorback into base. Nope, lets it go. Bash power, guys. Maybe. Maybe they'll do it. 93 to 416. Terminators are going to drop models. If they're not careful, they teleport away. That shot still hit though, because it started to charge when they were close enough, kind of thing. More Terminators teleporting away. These guys don't have a weapon upgrade. Have they got a single missile hit on the Eldar vehicles? I don't remember seeing one. They must have. Ethereal Slash after the leap. The Warlock's gone into beast mode. As he got the... there's the Providence. The Silk Marines wipe on retreat there. Down to 69 VPs. Eldar are running riot. Gonna get a decap. And the Razorback goes down. That Razorback did really well for double check your orders though. Uh-oh. Stasis. He was maybe setting up a... oh, he didn't have enough for the Psychic Storm. Eldritch Storm, sorry. Maybe he's setting up a Wailing Doom instead. Well, there you have it. Techmarine level 3. Level 3 Force Commander. And a level 2 Apothecary. Just like late tier 2 that Eldar really stepped on and went a bit ballistic. Didn't give the Space Marines an inch of breathing room. The losses by double check your orders were vital because it allowed Mustafa to start messing up this power, which gave them the tech advantage. And they couldn't really recover from that. Really good usage of this Falcon. Dark Creepers came out just the right time to start wrecking things. And was fun to see the Fire Dragons sprint around and mess things up. We even got to see that little flamer, look at it. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to these players for taking part, and Impregnable for hosting such events. This is the last faction war from the May event, but apparently there was a faction war on July 11th as well, so maybe there'll be more coming soon to this channel. I'll see you then.